Do you know how messed up your brain has to be for you to only be able to view a man and a woman in that way? If they say that there's nothing, why should we as the viewer not just take that at face value? I feel like this is weird for Bruce to say, being a content creator himself. And that's part of the reason why some women just don't want to get into streaming, because they know how toxic it can be. This is Bruce Can't Stop Attention Seeking. Let's get it.
BruceDropEmOff is a cornball now. I don't know if it was the blackballing or what, but he just seems like an attention-seeking robot. And I'm saying this as someone who has praised Bruce multiple times in the past. These days, negativity has consumed him, and the things he says honestly make him seem unstable. Bruce used to have this mask of authenticity, and he called out the industry, but it feels like it's crumbled, and he seems more washed than anything. Honestly, when I first watched the clips, I questioned if he was on drugs. Why are you putting predatory narratives on someone unprovoked? Bruce has been trying to sympathy bait off of the underdog role for a few years now, but in my opinion, he gotta move past it and grow up, because the behavior he's showing is just mad corny. We got some stuff to talk about today, twin. Comment for the algorithm. Before Bruce spoke on Yana and Rage's friendship, I need you guys to keep in mind we live in an extreme...
Okay, I need to say this real quick right now, okay? I need you guys to really, understand how I feel about this, okay? I need you guys to understand. Men and women can coexist as friends. I don't understand why there is such a large demographic of people who think any sort of friendship has to immediately have some, implicit romance or anything underneath it or underlying, right? Just because two people stream together, mind you, this could literally be a business thing, which it probably is if they're both streamers. I think it's so stupid. I genuinely do. You see this all the time. And mind you, it will only happen when a female streamer does a stream or collaborates with a male streamer. People will just start shipping them, and it's like, why? What's the reason? There's no reason to be doing that. Look, I don't know Yana and Rage in person. I don't know their dynamic. But if they say that there's nothing, why should we as the viewer not just take that at face value? That's what I don't understand. There's no need to be parasocial and try and read between the lines. Just accept that they are friends.
And Rage's friendship, I need you guys to keep in mind we live in an extremely parasocial reality. There's a lot of misogyny because women can't exist as friends when they're with men. They always have to be a love interest or there's an attraction. In other words, people think that for a man to interact with a woman, there has to be ulterior motives. And because of that, streamers have been trying to comment on and even trying to prevent the narratives from spreading. Your Rage and Yana are no different.
And you see this all the time, mind you. You see this, we saw this with Agent and Sinner, Extra Emily and Agent, with Your Rage and Sinner. You see, like I say, you see it all the time. And Yana and Marlon, and then they started leaning into it, I think. But it's like, I am so sick and tired of seeing female streamers stream and just automatically be cast as the love interest for a male streamer. Can we not just stream like everybody else? It's actually infuriating, and it's not even affecting me. But seeing that and knowing the feeling of being put into a box like that is insane. Because then it creates the impression that women can only stream if they act as a male love interest, which, guys, I'd like to feel like I'm living proof that that's not necessarily the case. Let's keep going.
You collab with a girl, you're shipped. If you collab with a boy, you're shipped. If I collab with a girl, I'm probably gonna get shipped with her. If I collab with a boy, I'm gonna get shipped with him. If it's somebody's grandma, basically we're together. So y'all tell me. Yeah, no, but I be seeing people in the comments. I'm starting a rumor. I think there are a lot of things that people have made weird. I'm just now seeing, like, even with Rage, people are trying to make it weird. I'm like, no, that's very platonic. I've been wanting to stream with Rage for a minute, especially.
Mind you, I'm pretty sure Yona's like 19. She's 19. And your age is, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely a lot older than 19. And that's not me trying to diss Rage, but you know.
Actually, because he was the first streamer that actually gave me a first bigger streamer that gave me a chance to like come on his stream. And like when I had like 200 viewers, he was the first streamer that gave me a chance pretty much.
Yo. Any troll, I don't care if it's a troll, I don't care if I know you in real life, any comments towards me and Yana in any type of that type of way, you're blocked and banned, gang. You're weird. You're a weirdo. Blocked and bro, I seen some shit on the yo gang. Blocked and banned. You're a weirdo. You're blocked and banned.
I need you guys to understand right now. Your brain has to be a different type of fried, a different type of messed up for you to only be able to perceive men and women in that way. Do you know how messed up your brain has to be? Do you know how bad your perception of human interactions has to be for you to only be able to view a man and a woman in that way? I just think it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. You sick fuck!
I needed to show you guys both clips because I want y'all to understand both Yana and Rage are not trying to be together. This is a platonic relationship, and the only reason they have to specify this is because they know they will be inevitably shipped together. And Rage in particular is clearly vehemently against it, especially because he's a 28-year-old man. That's why he said he's gonna block and ban people and called them sick fucks. As much as I've criticized Rage in the past, I honestly don't think Rage is a predator or a creep. And I think in this scenario, he's actually being surprisingly mature. He's clearly stating his boundaries and addresses Yana as his sister to convey that. And I actually want to take a moment to commend the streamers who have been treating Yana as the young person she is. She is a woman, but she's younger, and she's around grown folks who are, once again, thankfully treating her as such. There's an experience gap, in other words. That's what makes this weird to me, because despite those two explicitly stating that this is a platonic relationship,
and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is weird for Bruce to say, being a content creator himself, right? Because you know how parasocial people are. You know what it's like to be a streamer. You know what it's like to be a content creator and to have people saying these things outside of your control. And you can see two streamers who are, you know, going out of their way to try and prevent stuff like this from happening. And you're just egging it on, which I just find kind of weird and gross and disturbing, because you think that that's funny or that that's entertaining. I really don't know. Like, I just don't understand how you can sit there knowing what that feels like and do it to somebody else and think it's funny because you're being messy or because you're poking fun or whatever. I don't know.
Bruce was immediately on dick.
Oh God, y'all, if I'm 28 years old and I'm calling the girl little sis and she's like 18 going on 19, bro, somebody come fucking put the gun under my chin and blow the fucking trigger. Oh my God, that shit is dead crazy, bro. Like, if you gotta little sis your way into some pussy gang, you are crazy. You're crazy, little sis. Gang, what are you talking about, little sis? You're trying to little sis your way into some pussy, bro? I'ma just say that. I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. At 30, bro, you're supposed to just be straight up, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all the little sis, Hello Kitty shit, bro, you know? It worked.
How does your mind even go there? This is the first time I've heard of little sissing your way into some pussy. That is a predatory line of thinking. And you got that from reacting to Rage trying to express that even if there's an age gap between people, those relationships can still be appropriate. This tweet basically sums up my thoughts. And I'm not saying Bruce is a predator, but
Yeah, I agree to some extent. Like, I need you guys to really think about it, right? Because if that's the case, why do we have both male and female teachers teaching both boys and girls? If that were true, is that not like I don't understand how that can be someone's way of thinking. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. How can you look at two people who are in two completely different age brackets, who are clearly just streaming for business, who are clearly streaming for content? It's appropriate. There's no weird jokes. There's no suggestive whatever. Just genuinely wholesome like streaming. And you just find some sort of way to like weasel it into something it's not. It's just weird. It's messed up. And it's like, if your brain is doing that, that says more about you than anybody else.
He says something weird enough, you just gotta ask, why is that even on your mind, gang? The whole thought process behind calling Yana Lil Sis and presenting their relationship like that is to dispel the rumors. But Bruce is using the anti-rumor method as justification for the same rumor they're trying to dispel. Bruce sound lame as fuck. He's lame because that's a predatory narrative that he's putting on someone unprovoked. That's extremely immature and just a lame thing to do. I don't care if Bruce is scorned or whatever. It's just not acceptable. Rage is 28 years old and he's implying that he's trying to sleep with his underclassman basically. He's implying that he's trying to sleep with a shorty that's 9 years his junior. And Bruce sounds intoxicated. He literally sounds like he's on some laughing and giggling. But dog, Bruce is 25, recklessly spitting false narratives as someone minding his own business. And then he doubled down on his ignorance and completely avoided the crux of the criticism.
In band.
Why is he block? He's not gonna block and ban me. Okay, if he blocks and ban me, it's true. If he blocks and ban me, it's true. It's D dot 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 dot. At this point, gang. No, you know what I noticed, bro, about getting clipped like this though? I'll just be the nigga to say what's on my mind, and if it gets clipped and posted everywhere, just because I'm saying it, that must mean that everybody must feel the same way about it too. So like, why won't y'all niggas is dead pussy. Y'all niggas is dead pussy. Like what?
Again, I need you guys to understand how, I don't even know what the right word is, how messed up your brain has to be to think that what you're saying is what everybody is thinking and that there's no possibility that anyone is thinking otherwise. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
I know I'm Bruce and all.
Does Bruce have a meat grinder brain or something? Because it's pretty obvious why people are pushing back against what he has to say. It's not because everyone feels the same as him, and it's definitely not just because people want to get on his head because they have a vendetta or whatever. Normal people don't automatically assume a man is trying to have sex with a woman just because they're friends. Normal people don't assume a man is little sissing his way into some pussy. Not only is it weird to assume men are engaging with women while having these ulterior motives, it's just very telling of where your mind is. I'm not accusing Bruce of anything, but I don't personally look at Rage and Yana and think he must be trying to little sis his way into her pants.
The thing about it is, you see, these are the type of niggas that think shit is like this, it's funny. These YRG niggas, SLG niggas, let me tell you something. I'm about to humble you niggas.
Yo.
You niggas are losers. Y'all community has never been fucking cool. YRG, you niggas are losers. You are losers.
And Bruce, it's not just the communities. You sound like an internet dweeb. Why are you talking into the mic and deflecting against the criticism? You said some immature stuff and you're contributing towards this predatory narrative. Even Ben the Don, someone who collabs with Yana and someone who is an older man himself, had to step in and say people are tripping with these constant shipping narratives.
It's fun and it's wholesome and it's no weird shit, no off camera, no nothing. I don't know what the fuck niggas be saying. And the good thing is, majority of people don't say shit. I'm just addressing the 6-7 comments all randomly.
And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this adds to why there aren't more women streaming, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, before I started streaming, I knew that if, I ever get to the point where I'm collabing with other people, stuff like this will happen. Like, women are aware of that, and that's part of the reason why some women just don't want to get into streaming, because they know how toxic it can be. And it's just like, the environment is not going to change unless people correct their brains.
You see, like, he's weird for doing, like, you're weird for even thinking every fucking interaction between a man and a woman has to somehow be somehow sexual.
And I really like how he said not every relationship between a man and a woman has to be sexual. It really does. The only reason people think that way is because of misogyny. Having a balanced dynamic of friends can change your life. My homegirls changed my life, and that's a fact. And I don't know where to put this, but Jason said Bruce must be off the perks, and I just thought it was a little funny.
You're crazy, little sis.
He back on them perks. Damn, bro.
He might not even be wrong, because like I said, Bruce was given intoxicated vibes. And low-key, Bruce seems like he kind of got self-esteem issues. I don't know why he'd be lashing out like this and saying dumb stuff. I don't think a secure person would be lashing out like this, but that's just my theory. With that being said, men and women can be friends without there being ulterior motives. It doesn't mean y'all are smashing. It doesn't mean y'all need to be shipped. Grown people can be friends with younger people if the relationship is appropriate and respectable. Bruce is
We're gonna end it there. Hey, whatever Bruce is going through, I hope he gets better, because I don't know, man.